Jessica wine now, Jessica wine now, Jessica press it forward, I go rewind now. I want to grind now, I want to find now. Anything you do, they blow my mind now. This is our voice, huh? Colola, take a look, baby, and you colola. This is a game, colola, colola. Oh, yeah, this is our voice, colola, take a look, baby, and you colola. This is a game, colola, take a look, baby, and you colola. I know you feel the vibe, deep in your soul. I need control. If we don't pay the price, I need to know. Paparazzi follow, follow my head, don't let's go low now. Go like go. Stressing, bad guys in my section. All I know, stressing. Get the money, head straight to the end. This is a wine now, this is a wine now. This is a press forward, I go to wine now. I want to find now, I want to find now. Anything you do, they blow my mind now. If it's on my voice, colola. Take a look, baby, now you colola. If it's okay, colola. Take a look, baby, now you colola. Oh, yeah, this is on my voice, colola. Take a look, baby, now you colola. If it's okay, colola. Take a look, baby. Hold on a minute, back with the bottle of pen and lemon, slip it, baby, tip it low, take the booty for me, and flip it with the finger, diamond spitting it, tongues, I'm ready to whip it like a carnival, I'm ready to eat you, I know this slipping on the bicycle, molecule, then get your prodigal, you started up with the share, big up on Malibu, this is how it's you, where me from, Malibu, too much such, that follow me to the party, dude, oh my god, yeah, oh no, yeah, oh no, yeah. This is a wine now, this is a wine now, this is a press forward, I go rewind now. I want to find now, I want to find now. Anything you do, they blow my mind now. This is our voice, colola, take a look, baby, are you colola? If it's okay, colola, take a look, baby, are you colola? Oh yeah, this is our voice, colola, take a look, baby, are you colola? If it's okay, colola, take a look, baby, are you colola? Is it my confidence? Is it my whole design? I bring my promises, I put it to these guys. Is it my confidence? Is it my whole design? I bring my promises. This is how I was. Go on left, take it low, baby. I need go on left, you take it. Go on left, take it low, baby. I need go on left. This is how I was. Go on left. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday just for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Just another year, you know like you are my best. I will love you from the rest. It's about to go down. Yes, birthday splash on Ebola at the 103.5 FM. It's about to go down. Yes.
Yes, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's a new week and we have to be glad in it, because this week is going to be perfect. Basically, the way we are going to look at it, basically, the way I'm looking at it, my projections right now is that this week is going to be beautiful for everyone listening to the sound of my voice right now this morning. Yes, of course, it is time, for us to have fun, talk about stuff, the way it is happening, and then learn a thing or two from Ihatago the Imperialism, just the way I always say it. Basically, that's what it is all about. Basically, learning from the mistake of others. You don't have to repeat the same mistake again, just learning from all that went down and then understand what is the right decision or action to take on a daily basis. Amidst that, yes, knowledge is power, knowledge, and then, but the application of that knowledge is the most important thing. There's no need for knowledge without wisdom itself. Applying it, that's the definition. Wisdom, that's what it is. So, this is Birthday Splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and Obone Tetebe by now. Kedifi di neba heme. Get up, let's go get him, let's go get him this morning. And then remember that this is the same time we get to celebrate you, celebrate your birthday, celebrate anniversaries, carnivasary, anything you want to celebrate, and the number to hit up, if you want to do this. The numbers remain 08096 text message or SMS, and then tell us who you want to celebrate, and we get to celebrate them. You can as well celebrate yourself. You deserve some accolades, don't you think so? Yes, talking about accolades. Yes, basically, we all deserve it this morning. We know that the issue of scarcity of naira is still there. It still lingers, but in one way or the other, you and I will be happy today. And being that happy, we will bring forth good stuff our way. Basically, that's how it is going down this morning on Birthday Splash on Ebonade 103.5 FM. It's about time for me to bring you to the spot where I get to tell you a lot of stories that will excite you, that even make you cry in some angle, but at the same time, you will be very happy about the entire thing because the imperialism will be spotted at the end of the day. Yeah, some more metal, and it's about time for me to bring you to the spot, tell you about all that is going on this morning. Yes, it's about time for you and I, to begin to talk about these things that happened, how you went down. And this morning, being that the song I used to usher you in this morning is coming from AK and Olamide Korole, it is our boys. Basically, the song is off the easy, but at the end of the day, I have sad story for you this morning, being that a CCTV footage caught how AK was shot dead in South Africa. AK is a South African artist, and that particular song you heard, he collaborated with the Nigerian own Olamide. But this story we have for you about AK this morning, AKA, this morning, is that he was shot in South Africa. Yes, it's a sad one, but we still have to tell the tale basically because AK is someone who have a special place in our heart. He has done collaborations with a lot of Nigerian artists that gave us the opportunity to see his own art and see how good he is. He was shot outside a restaurant in the coastal city of Durban on Friday night. That is supposed to be his birthday. Basically, he was supposed to go and celebrate his birthday. The 10th of February was the day, and it was supposed to be his birthday. And part of the activities he got lined up that day was to perform in a particular club that night, and then he called forth his fans, to come out to come and celebrate with him so that he gets to perform for them. And at the end of the day, he was shot in a particular restaurant on his way to that particular club. Yes, it's a sad one, but we ask the Most High One to take care from this spot. We love him, but the Most High love him most. Basically, being that this guy made a song called 10 Fingers on the Bible. 10 fingers, when you have 10 fingers on your Bible, it means that you love your creator, you love your maker. You always go to the Bible to consult, to know exactly what the Lord is speaking to you, what the Lord is saying to you, basically. So with that, I say RIP to AKA, for we commiserate with the family. This is tough time for them, but we pray that they find the fortitude to bear their loss. Now, moving away from that story, now let me begin to bring you to this point, like the fun spot, basically. This spot now, Nigerian pastor Kinsley laments the level of nakedness in weddings. Nah, yeah, what is this? Basically, that's what he's saying this morning, because basically, the most important highlights of a particular wedding, that moment begin to sing, "Here comes the bride, here comes the bride." Hey, here comes the bride. Everybody will now turn. The bride, and the rest of them. But today, this pastor is saying that here comes the bride. Here comes the bride. No pieces of clothes go in and is that same way I see a bride goes in the like Hana say basically, now that all their white covered up, everything, even my iru self, I cover everywhere. All the groom get But today, this man of God is complaining that at a time, the nakedness is too much in the weddings. What is your take on this one? And this is how he said it. He said that being a wife and being a mother used to come with so much grace and class. But today, wedding used to be the best place to see beautiful, eligible brides to be. But it is not the same today. And he's worried about what future daughters will become in the hands of mothers who are not morally trained. Well, mothers who are immodest in action. Basically, what is your take on this particular one? Yes, if you remember vividly, last week we talked about the ex-CBN staff and wife who was killed by their driver. And the issue is always by people who always have this kind of mentality. They will call it orientation. For orientation. For orientation. Ịlapụ nna nna gị jee chọzie nna nna onye ọzọ si na onye a bụ nna nna gịzi. A situation whereby in Africa we are too confused with this kind of gangs and a lot of things that is being used to divide us. Cultism in itself, something that we ought to say no to. When a student gets into school or so, or gets involved with people like this, you think it's just simple action, that you can get over with. But once that slavery is planted into your head, you begin to behave in some kind of funny way. What happened to this driver basically is that cultism, because everybody here involved with him in this particular crime he committed was a member of his cult. And they said he was Aye confraternity members, in Ogun State. They explained how this guy did this thing in the first place. So cultism is something every young person must say no to, because it doesn't pay, it doesn't give you anything. There's nothing it adds to you. Rather it will take away. And what is taken away from you is your identity as an African man, as a proper African Igbo or Nigerian man that you are. And then they are giving you ideologies of people who you don't even know about. And then somebody will begin to call maybe, call somebody else. That's what you know about, like all this issue of confraternity and the rest of them, cultism, the way it affects our youth, what you see, the effects it's having on our youth, and how we can curtail it today, basically. Basically, me, I only belong to the confraternity of Infant Jesus. I don't know about you, but when you call, you tell me what you think of that. Yes. Yes, it is ongoing. Already, it is not a hidden agenda anymore. Everybody now knows that Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, is in support of All Progressive Congress and his presidential candidate. It's not hidden anymore. And why is that? Because somebody known as Primate Ayodele is sending a serious warning to Wike that he is already taking steps that will, jeopardize his political future, basically. What do you think of this one? And that man is somebody we know, that always comments on the political space in Nigeria. Whatsoever that is going on in the political space in Nigeria, he's always there to, tell Nigerians a thing or two about what is going on in the politics, and then express, some things he think will happen. As a prophet, he will begin to express some of the things he knows. He will begin to make predictions in some areas. So a lot of times we begin to ask ourselves questions. Okay, these persons who are already always talking about political situation in our country, are they now politicians, or are they still men of God, really? But yet, men of God will have to political issues. If you look at the Bible, it happened. Elijah did it. A whole lot of things happened in these days politically, and he was fully involved with his spiritual attributes in it. But we need to understand where the line is drawn, where we will now say, okay, this is the particular place where this men of God need to play their role, like where they will need to stop playing their roles when it comes to political issues, But at the same time, do you think that Wike is getting it right for supporting APC, if that is what it is, really? If you think he's getting it right when you call, you tell me what you think of that. Basically, it is the birthday splash unfolding, and we are getting into the fun real quick right now. So a young lady, is calling out her ex-lover who married another lady after she helped him relocate abroad. And she did this trying to share some of the Facebook page, like some of the Facebook posts, dated back June 22, 2020, when she was, trying to let the guy understand, say you will marry me, oh. That's what the writing goes. You kept telling the guy, you will marry me, oh. I'm doing this thing, but you will marry me, oh. But at the end of the day, last, the guy have, ventured into another person. The person. And then a lot of people are trying to say that this is not the first time people are falling into this trap. Even when you love somebody and you want to take care of them, you have to protect yourself. But in what ways are we supposed to do this protection in the first place? Like this kind of lady who is invested in a relationship and then is trying to help the person she's involved with in the relationship to get better, so that the relationship itself will be better. But if we're going to go today, so when you call, you tell us what you think of this. Yes, over the weekend, the Labour Party had a massive rally in Lagos, a place called Teslim Balogun Stadium, something that started off in Alaba before getting to Teslim Balogun Stadium. It was a huge hit, and there is a lot of reactions, and we ought to talk about it. The first reaction we're going to talk about is the first one, the fact that, a lot of political talks are attacked people who were supposed to be obedient supporters, people who are known as obedient. They are the ones who support P2B, basically. And then a lot of cases of attack, like who were caught with machetes, people who were attacked, people who were like windscreens that were broken from cars of people who were going for this particular event, and a whole lot of things that happened down there. And some of them happened in a place called Lekki area. It happened in Lekki area, and then some areas of Lagos as well. But the fact remains that even with all of these things, the event was still a hit. I will still bring you, what the presidential candidate of the Labour Party said. But before then, I want to bring to your notice a little boy who came in front of his convoy at the rally, at like when they were moving from what's it called, Alaba to like TBS now. And I guess this thing transpired in between where you call Vokes down to My 2 along that road. That's where the boy came and stood in front of the car that was conveying P2B with all the supporters, and he spread his hands. Why the security operatives are saying, my friend, leave that place. He kept standing there, And he said why he did it is because he loved the man, and he loves what the man represents, and he hopes that he becomes the president of Nigeria, basically, and that's why he did it. But at the same time, the chief priest of Cubana saw what the boy did and immediately said that the life of this boy have changed. We don't know what will happen from here on, but I guess the life of the boy have changed the way he said it, basically. The next story I call it this morning is just for us to learn, that in a TU school, you be careful about the kind of school where you get them into in the first place. Be sure of whatever that is going on there, so that your kids will not fall victim of what is going on now. And with the story of Maryland, and then with the story of being that a particular man came to school, being that now nwunye call ya si na nna ya na kuye obele nwa nwaanyị na column na na-eme driver go bus driver the school when they are done with school for the day. He's supposed to take them to their homes, take them back to their homes. But when he gets to the spot of that particular girl, he will tell the girl he wants to go and pick something at home. And when he gets there, he will be delaying the girl, get the girl to sit on his lap, and a whole lot of other things that he was doing to molest this girl. And then the girl got to tell the parents, see what this man is doing to me. And then the man came to the school to confront the school. What is going on here? And the rest of them. In the process of trying to talk about it, the owner of the school invited the driver, and while he was being accused, he just kept saying, me, moi, whatever they said. He said, oh, moi. No, not me. That's all he kept saying. At the time, the man became very angry and took matters into his hand. He started slapping the driver, and then a fight ensued. In the process, the man got killed. And that's it. And that's it. But at the end of the day, the man that even did something cannot own up to what he did at the end of the day. And now he's gotten into double wahala. This one is double wahala for dead body. When you call, you tell us what you think of this. How safe is the school, where you have your kids now, how safe is that school? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. And at the same time, Messin Johnson this morning now reacted to Ihemena Chrisland School, being that no monkey go for that same Chrisland. You have to go, and the situation being that now, the school is not trying to tell the real story of what happened, but the kid was said to be electrocuted, like being killed by electricity, being that now she went to buy popcorn, and while in front of the vendor and the rest of them, I don't know, one thing led to another, and she got involved with the equipment that is used for the production of the popcorn, and then she was electrocuted. But at the same time, the school is still denying that fact. The school is trying to say that something else is involved and the rest of them. But Mercy Johnson is asking the school. This is what she said. I'm responding to the crisis of a mother going through the worst pain ever. A mother who wants to know how her child died suddenly. No parent deserves this. No one. Since I saw this heartbreaking video this morning, I have called to plead with the school, at Chrisland, to do as Whitney's mom has cried for and release the full details of what happened to her daughter. We are all waiting. That's what she said. And she said, my condolences to the Whitney's family. My prayers are with you. But at the end of the day, we need to, but at the end of the day, we need to ask ourselves the right questions about these things. Even while we look at the ones that is happening, some of the activities or some of the things going on in some of the schools around us today, are they proper? Do we need to checkmate them now before I another stories that touches the heart? When you call, you tell us what you think of that particular story. Now, the next story I'm going to tell you now is reminding me of the fact that I still need a Val this Valentine. My Val. My Valentine. This is how Osun State civil servants will mark Valentine's Day as directed by Governor Adeleke. Governor Adeleke of Osun State, the dancing governor, the governor, apology tribunal case against him, still now, and he is already going for appeal, but still, Egu Kaneme na Osun State when it comes to Senator Ademola Adeleke. And this is how it's going down. A circular went round, and this is how the celebration would be at Bola Ige's White House Osun Governor's Office. The state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, will grace the occasion, while the head of service, Aina, will be the father of the day. But this is what he's trying. This is like the activities he lined up for them. He says, celebrating the 2023 Valentine's Day for East workers. A circular signed by Mr. K. Akinola on behalf of the state head of service, Olalei Aina, indicates that fun activities such as indoor games, dress, and dance competitions have been lined up for Tuesday, February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, a day set aside to celebrate love. So, Osun State, teacher, the principal, win. Principal, which principal of school? School principal win. If you come to the culture of Igbo people, and then a situation whereby the husband, the father of the house, they are where based on if the wife or junior man listening near. It was a way, like back in the days, we used to know that if my man said, I won't eat the food of this woman again, he put a situation whereby I even a culture and the rest of them get you where you're big okay, they people the problem. We are living still. No, or can our wall does that thing still work? Basically, when you call this morning, you tell us, but we are telling you this story based on what Mr. Ibu is telling us, that he will never eat the food the wife is cooking anymore, because these days he loves to eat, but he wants to eat food cooked by somebody called Jasmine. Hi, and he's saying that basically he's not in any quarrel situation with the wife, but he will not be eating anything the woman will see again. Basically, on Akawa, that this is my final marriage. If this one falls apart, I won't marry again. This is my fifth and the worst marriage, because my wife adopted what is not obtainable. This feeling like punishment, not marriage. You know, I doubt if I am still in the marriage, because it seems she has already prepared her mind to leave, and I'm not going to stop her. I support her living. Each time I see her, I begin to breathe erratically, and it is not good for me, because I am not ready to die. There are opportunities God exposed to that are of interest to me, basically, and that's what he's saying. Basically, I'm a busy marriage or whether basically, but at the end of the day, marriage or marriage, they can still work something out. Don't you think so? When you call a wife who gets the mother now by feeling haga working out, and then the issue of okay, I say I'm losing new wine or can I work? Maka these days, then one wine I say now. But once you are still providing, that's the most important thing. And basically, or if Mr. Ibu now met with his family, he keeps providing. Man, also Yaman losing. What do you think when you call this morning? He call like who say delegate. Yes, we are beginning to see a new kind of politics in Nigeria today. A situation whereby in an area where situation like politicians will go to campaign in a particular place. We saw that in Delta State over the weekend, a situation whereby PDP was drove out from a particular community. And then we are also seeing that this morning, where the same PDP team, you know, Chimaroke Namani, the man, the inventor of Ebano. You have to go Ebano kind of basically. But Ebano, the 103.5 FM kind of Ketafo. But we are telling you about Chimaroke Namani and his campaign team, HAC out from Enugu spare parts market. Say, we don't want to hear. So it happened that they went to Coal Camp Spare Parts Market in Enugu, Senator Shimaroke Naman and his PDP campaign team. Hell. That's not hellfire, no if they were chased out of the market when they came to campaign for his re-election to the Senate. You know, Tago, and they said, no, leave us. We don't want to hear from you. What do you think of this one? And no, in as much as they are doing it, they kept playing the song of the recomposed popular Ebano song. That song, Ebano, this man is the one that invented Ifana about Ebano. The other go and he has a song. Now, the traders are they are lazy going at their own way. Because I'm not ready to join them in insulting the man. But when you call, you tell us what you think of that particular one. Yes, father of Obafemi Awolowo University student who died in a soccer way, you know, is staying this morning. Now, the only thing I get me Obia Diama, if all I get Medabele Aketa, Obia Desiama, Yota Ozingwaka, forget is there for Bastalon now, senior 100 million naira compensation. Keki Sefia, on where a senior give compensation, I forget is the only one. Na 100 million can get camper, but basically this man is saying this morning, and he's saying that he will keep pressing on because the only reason why you will plan you know, tago na school na a hostel, you know, tago, and he's not happy about that. He's saying that the only thing I am now, I forget if any now, but 100 million, or 100 million now. I'm not but there was now all these people now had go since now I commiserate with the family. Now I said the family even their financial accountants now you have to go no one side and be my on I see apa kina does it kezi maka 100 million naira in account so keke is me ake ulo maka last you have to go basically that's what the man is saying senior 100 million then you forget that But if not, when you call this morning, you call lie na 100 million na onye nke ka mkpa. When you call us, you tell us go see delegate this morning. You man, a mother make it as if a Lord of the ring. Lord of the ring. You man, Mata don't pass Matthias. You have to go. Basically, Ihaina put this morning, Moshe Dana is telling us that she spent 10 years dating her husband before they got married. 10 good years in Kepola, in Keshalachi, in Ketalaki, Malukusi Adewili. 10 years in the man and then you now Ade. You have to go before they started calling each other husband and wife. But before then, 10 good years, Ndo we're not Lord of Rings. For 10 years, but anyway, looking at it, she's now saying that when she met her husband, she was 17 years of age, and it was basically because of music, because she was making music, and then she's a musician, Mosheda, so she was making music, and then she was introduced to her husband by her manager, as at the time. So from there, one thing led to another, and they started dating from then till almost 10 years. They didn't get married, all till 10 years. So, however, she said she got to meet him, and then he taught her how to be happy without seeking validation from the world. So, validation from the world. You have to go. If you're dating somebody for 10 years, we don't seek validation from these people only who not 10 years. God go. But when you call us a white is welfare, can you date somebody for 10 years? Or you think that okay, even after that 10 years, or even to continue this thing? When you call this morning, a white is a focus, this morning. And now, based on the attack, the obedience gods on like in Lagos, basically the ones going for the TBS rally that happened over the weekend, most of them are saying that nothing can stop the movement whose time has come. Security operatives, they are telling you, they said you should take note, and they said we keep moving obediently and usefully. You have to go usefully, or if everybody are then, and they said, I don't know if they are Labour. That's like the police now released a particular statement saying that they don't know if they are Labour Party supporters or APC members, but they can confirm that some attacks, some people attack others, and the DPO in the area is already on the matter. They are looking at it. There are a lot of people, and a whole lot of things that went down in Lagos. Even Niru Teslim Baloguna, because now my post and the Labour Party, or family. Politics in Nigeria, but anyhow, when you call, you tell us even then with a lot of cars. Any anything you have to go a lot of things that went down, but yet the rally still went well, basically. But with the people who are attacking, or don't be last. Now, Nkengeju we mechiliga akwụkwọ n'otu aka iwe kpọọ wee gwazi anyị ka o si adịlịgị really yotago basically n'ife niile anyị kwugo n'ụtụtụ abụọ 65 out of 83 women I cancelled were unfaithful to their husband. Onye na-agwa anyị fa all that the freeze or ife okwu ụmụ nwaanyị ọ cancel 65 out of 83 ha ncha niile dị unfaithful or ife ọ na-akọwa na ndị 65 ahụ ọfa ncha niile ọ bụrụ na 83 the entire 65 bụ ihe dị unfaithful to their husband. Yotago. Now, Nekos intercourse is very, very important in a marriage or in a committed relationship. Don't marry someone that cannot satisfy you. Let me give you some scary statistics as a church leader. Also, a church leader. You have to go ahead. And a church in here. Now, most people in a church, and has is from church, and like church in there, quantify as a Pentecostal. Where but a church in here. In 2018, also near cancer mother 83 women, 65 of them cheated on their husband, and 43 of them had cheated more than once. And at the same time, 25 of them were in current relationship with other men. Can I cheat like 25? Can I cheat? These were spirit field prayer warriors so nya ụmụ nwanyị na-ekpe ekpere na-apụ ọkụ bụ ife mesịrị ife na-ekwu ma gị maazị ka o si adịbụli yọtago na o ji dị important yọtago na intercourse a ife mesịrị ife na-ekwu ma gị maazị ka o si adịbụli yọtago na o ji dị important yọtago na intercourse a na ọ dị. There is no scripture that says it is sinful for an engaged couple to have intercourse. The word fornication was coined by author of the King James Bible, but ọ na-eme eme enwelu ihe na-adịrọ mma na anyị ga-eme enwelu ka anyị si kwesị ịdị si wee dị sacred. It's not just basically about the word fornication, but this is about time for you to call in. Gwazi ifilo na ife a, you know, this man na-ekwu this morning a na-akpọ Daddy Freeze ọ na-akọwa na si ụmụ nwanyị 83 or cancel na 65 yọtago agbago outside match ka o si adị really ịkpọzia ịkọwara anyị ka isi wee pịa nyanwa na onwe ya na-ekwu ya ọ dị mma ịkansụlsia mmadụ ejekwube ife gwa ihe ngị na ndị akwụ yọtago ọnya bụ another question. Ọ dị mma ngị na mmadụ kpasa ife na nzuzo ọ bụrụ canceling, and as counselor ịkwesịrị izobe ife ahụ ekwuru mana yet iburu gị epụta n'ilo kịta ma asịzie gị ngwa gị kpọbazi afa kịta ka ezi ife ị ga-eme. But when you call, you tell us what you think of that. Remember that it is birthday splash on Obonade 103.5 FM. We are here to celebrate you. We celebrate any day, birthday, anniversary, anything you are doing, you know, wedding, whatever it is that you're celebrating today. Just call in and then become part of this conversation. 08096 661035. Not a call when I was really. Ebonade 103.5 FM. If I had a here. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister Kekeme. Welcome.
Thank you. That's more about 6 to
Gavaniru one wine.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to say that now. Even a this time, I just say a year.
Yeah.
My mother and I are going to buy one wine. What's the thing I'm in? And that you go talk.
For
well, yeah, I get that. Or that. It's one I'm allowed to call a new. But I do your husband really or that you just one guy and you're playing power behind it. But of course, your husband that sort of always take good energy to money.
Okay. What can you the effect of cultism on our youth today? The effects of cultism on our youth, the effect on our youth, effect cultism on our youth, because I know Kumaka ex-CBN staff all cultism cause on the so can you about cultism in our society today? Okay.
Man, you are going to buy our by your I'm telling you, that's a property which you will acquire. My man, I think about on the Amadomo, then the one yak and so more place to keep an event. I'm a call in the destiny. I got new idea, and I do that kind of time.
Okay.
So your former like people do attack. And what one thing now a yellow campaign and I attack today. And what one thing the SCTV, the one die attack. Come on, I am like a snake and not lonely.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Daro. Yes, it is still birthday splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Keep the calls coming through. Let's talk about all of this. It is very important we get to understand this in pioneerism. Get Isafia 08096661035 this morning. Yotago, Ayabaya Otuba Mood. Let's hear from you. Hello. Ciao, please call back 08096661035. Yes, we got a message from Onyeka Udogo Ozo. Chinerugo one of Ifnedunu. He says, today is my birthday. He says, greetings to everyone at the 103.5 FM. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. Chinerugo one of Ifnedunu. Yes, and then today, and I say, Chineke Mezologia, Naha Jesus. Amen. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello?
I'm calling from the
Okay, please take it away.
I'm already out of my radio.
Okay, I'm going to be in Ipu. Soccer way.
So the person gets down.
So how come I say 100 million? Hello? Hello? Oh, hello. Okay. Yes, then the question, Bolozia, then Onalega, Omandezeko, Ugolunguya from Nyama or something, Omande in that format. Oh, please. Call back 08096661035 and then you become part of this conversation. Let's hear from you this morning. Take us a delegate and notate that we celebrate you here. Anything, you are celebrating. That's what we do here. We celebrate you. So get across. Let's celebrate you. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, my brother came here this morning. Hey, I'm going to go for Monyebu. Maniga Mexico, Haneza, Malakwazi Onyebu. Gabanirusa. Hand pack is it for again to get a phone. Well, I'm having more but as I'm going to go. Yes.
Professor.
Onya, very soon. Lady D is my person. I can't do such a thing. Why they? But when they get I know of more, very soon you'll hear from her.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Okay, Kabaniru.
The temple number, walking along. In exchange of
how can you cook in here?
The temple, I don't want to go. And meanwhile, sometimes now, on a mother, like only or something like that. The man has not a woman.
Okay.
So, woman can have way.
Okay.
Then over there, I don't know why. On one, I want one.
Okay.
I want one. So you buy another over money.
Okay.
So now done a legal with the wine.
Okay.
Half a wine. Then also,
I kwukwa maka cultism maka na onya melon ndị a ji weje gbuo si former CBN staff egwu yota he eyi nwe ikwu maka cultism ife ọ na-eme our society today.
Ihe mere ewu na cultism na dị ka amara m ka gọọmenti ji wee kwụrụ ọ na-emezi ọ dịkwazi nwụọ in existence now more than a study because na before the end of how much is were to the anti-cost. So I think all these things were measured not about it because there's so much now. Too much everywhere and I want to not the them. So the activity is not more and more. So I don't know why the government is doing about that. Then another one we're going to
manụ nwụrụ na o jere ịnụ ọgụ na skuulu maka nwa ya nwaanyị edi faịlụ o wee na-ajụ draiva ka ezi na-edi faịlụ nwa nwaanyị ya na ihe eburubego okwu ya bifo ịmalị na menụ nwoke bụrụ onye nwụrụ anwụ.
mana ihe a nwoke ahụ ji maka gem ọgụ ọ dịtọ ihe ọ na-ekwu onwere proof onwere ihe nzigosi na the driver na-emega atụ.
Nwa ya nwaanyị kwuru onye a bụ the evidence bụ nwa nwaanyị na-ekwu ọ na-anụ before wee mere into their hands. Yes. Okay.
What you can work with, you will work money. So I didn't support that.
Okay.
But I also out with the man.
Okay, Darwin, thank you so much, Senator Obinna. Okay, you will hear from her. Thank you so much. Okay. So much. Okay. Yes, it is still birthday splash on everyone at the 103.5 FM, and it is still unfolding. I age a lot of alcohol, but I'm also a lot of Makandene date 10 years. Mother date Kataze, a Lord of the Ring. Hello. Yeah, good morning. How? Hello. How? This morning. When you call, you follow Magrema, 08096661035. We have a lot to talk about. You have to go on the Lord of the Ring before when I call. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, welcome, my brother.
Yeah, my name is
Okay, please take it away.
Yeah,
well. Me is never radio again or web work. I need a quote, Mama. I will celebrate your wife. Man, about to live radio. Can I when you see a tata? Okay. Okay. Ngwan ka ihe nwekwa n'ikwu maka mmadụ idate mmadụ 10 years before no bịa otu a ka o si ka mma ka ihe nwere ikwu na nke a 10 years 10 good years okay na ọka mma na jos olukwa na-eme ihe dị na ozugbo mechie ya mebe ozugbo ihe ọbụla ịtọ yatazi were ya like that abi okay thank you so much for joining us this morning. Ekpere anyị n'isi ya bụ na ihe ọma niile na-elo ga-abịala unu n'aha Jesus Christ bụ onye nwe anyị. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, it's okay. Yes, anyway, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We got a message from Chibu King from Ezio, and he says, happy birthday to my lovely sister, Valentina. Wishing her long life and prosperity and more knowledge and understanding please ring the bell for her and put scarf for her. Nah, yeah. We celebrate you, Valentine, and then at the same time, I never been in Homani in Ruga, Jesus Christ, but meantime, let's take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's your name and location, please? Okay, Gabaniru. Ugwabu Obosi. I know, ma. Okay. Ebe go to account no, ina ebe akwo ye je wete ego. Okay. Okay, that thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dado. Thank you so much. Yes, it is still birthday splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. It's the splash of happiness. It's the splash of joy. It is splash of success. Or daily go to Naha Jesus. Let's hear from you. Hello.
Hello, Naka.
Yes, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, I thank God.
Okay. Bye.
I'm Ebuka from Mississippi.
Okay, please, Ebuka, take it away.
Even the people na onye nke nwe ahụ. Eziokwu na ya sị na-ele nwele mana o nwere ibe ọ dị ka na nwa ọbụla na ọ na-enyere ụmụnne ya aka. Ọ bụ ya? Ọ gụsị afọ onye mere ụmụnne ya aka. Ụmụnne ya aka. Na nkịta ọ na-anọ ọlụ ka ọ ya adịkwala nne na nna ya. So na 100 million efeka so mana ebe ọ bụ n'okwu ago ihe nke a ka o jidegoro n'aka.
Okay. Mana ọ bụrụ ngwa ala ka ego ole ka ị ga-asịsị nya ngwa ma ọ bụrụ na ngwa.
At least na ebidogo from million because na Nigeria kịta ihe ndị politician na-eduba mpụtazi nne m ije ime mba ya alapụzi ya n'okwu ago.
Okay, ya just wọlọzi 100 a o kwuru okwu ya.
Ya hụzialị ọchịchị nkeji ndị ekwesịrị iwe time inye ego a. Ya ewepụkwanye ya $1.
Ka ihe nwe ikwu maka politicians a na-achụ ọsọ na marketplaces ma ha ji mee campaign, anyị kwuru maka Chimaroke Nnamani.
Ka ebe a na-akpụ ya welcome development. Youth nwere anịda confident mgbe ụbọchị ebe akọrịrị achụrụ ya ọkwa. Anyị adịokwu ekwu nke ndị mmesi campaign anabatasị ababa na-anazi ekele tọt welu uzo na-akụkasịrịba. Anyị na-ekwu okwu nke na anyị nọrọ onwe anyị ga ka egwu anyị ilu ya eme anyị anụnụ kata gesi anyị achọzi nụnụ banaba ọnya bụ nke anyị nọ ya kịta. Ịba politiks ọ bụla ịchọrọ isi eme ibe ime ekeshọn ime ibe kipụ rekọd mana ọ bụ na ọchịchị na-apụsịa ịma keke na pep postas empowerment ịpụta onye ala igwe ya foto wiki ewepụ postal empowerment ọbụna n'imego empowerment ọ bụrụ ya 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 amalị ọbụna n'ụlọọgwụ ụgwọ ụlọọgwụ ka ekwu ozu ahịa n'ụlọọgwụ ụgwọ ụlọọgwụ ka ekwu ozu ahịa ya na-ekwu Peter Obi nwa asị na ọgbachi Peter Obi uru nke a adịgokwa mma ịmara Peter Obi abụrụ ego adịrị esie n'aka apụta so because na ego adịrị esie n'aka apụta ya kpatara n'ihi ruo ebe ya akụta azụ ibe mmadụ na-egosi mmadụ ebe esi akụ azụ so ịkụzizi n'uche
ọ bụla ọpụta onye ga-azụ enye
ịmarị ka isi akụ ofu na-eyi akụta so n'ọnya bụ ebe mụnwa filo na ya bụ nwa ọka ka obi na tinyere aka na ndị mmanya a na-esotere agbagburu ebe.
Anyway, Obi Cubana, chief priest Cubana club sị na ya ga-eme sure na the boy ga-abụrụzi a millionaire. So ebe a ka the boy si wejetekwazi efe last.
chief priest in America before. And I'm more than financial force here. Now I am Messia. Only one everyone say a Messia. Why
yes, where there's the last. So where there?
No, we can be caught.
Yeah, amazing course. So Makata Maya Kubago.
Caught, even the caught. If you have
okay.
Okay, now what is it to have you guys? You go and imagine that again and get an
just make a salary.
It's now not
thank you so much for that. Jude Onyeka from Oka, or let's say okay from Okozo. And if you happy birthday, we celebrate you, and then we pray that every good thing that you're hoping for will come your way. In Jesus' name, amen. We also got a message from Informa, and she's saying, okay, Informa from Nemo, and she said, I'm celebrating my mother-in-law, Mary Obioma Okoye Fasho, wishing her long life and good health. Please play good music for her. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and then we celebrate Mama, Mary Obioma Okoye Ifasho. We wish you all the good things that you wish for yourself. And this is where we'll begin to call it a day on this particular edition of Birthday Splash on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We're about to call it off, but basically the fun starts and then it continues tomorrow. Same time, same station of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Don't you touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I remain the one they call Metal. Right now, Shaka will be coming your way to tell you, so don't touch the dial. Ebona, the 103.5 FM. So don't touch the dial. Thank you so much for being part of this morning.